Honorable, good morning.
So at least for the meantime, hold on. We have to listen to our leaders. They said we should hold on for the interview. So I can't do anything without their. I can't do anything.
Yeah, but you're not granting a detailed interview. You are just telling us the backstory. What the backstory is with the red bands.
You know the backstory already.
I haven't. I wouldn't ask if I don't. I wouldn't ask if I do. Oh, yeah, but you're wearing them. How could you wear red bands if you don't know what the backstory is? And you surely must have some idea
When we
what that
get in there, you definitely are going to see. Whatever, when we get in there.
We only wanted the backstory just so we know what this whole thing is about.
Let's get in there. We have to listen to our leaders.
Did you take the marshals by surprise? Did you? You must have taken the marshals by surprise. As things stand now, the marshals are not letting you in, right? Is it because he surprised them with your red armbands? Yeah, so another MP's also walked away from us, even though he decided to come in. He just walked out. I'll try once more to see if I'll grab one to speak to. Let me try and see if I can get hold of the Honorable Kujopong Nkrumah, whom I see in the crowd. He probably might just want to share a word or two. So let me try him. Good morning, Honorable Nkrumah. I see your members in red bands and all in all black. What will be the backstory?
Oh, I mean, of course, everybody knows we are dressed like this in solidarity with our brothers that Mr. Speaker has purported to suspend without recourse to the standing orders. And we have been clear publicly that while we understand his anger, and while we even as a House have apologized to the people of Ghana, the rules do not allow Mr. Speaker to, on his own, without recourse to the laws, suspend our members. And that's why we're in solidarity with them.
And so I see what seemed to be an element of surprise on the part of the marshals, for which reason they have sort of locked the doors to you. What will you be doing if they won't let you in?
We expect that they open up for us to go in. The House was adjourned till noon today. It's just past noon. We are here. We expect that they'll open for us to go in.
And if they don't?
Oh, they'll open. They'll open for us to go in.
Not sure.
They'll open for us to go in. Don't worry.
Yeah, but Honorable, once again, couldn't you have engaged in a different way?
We have engaged. We have publicly spoken about the issues. We have made overtures to the office of the Speaker. We have done all that needs to be done. Today, the House is supposed to sit at midday. So we are going to be in at midday or the moment they open for us to go in and make our case to the Speaker and draw his attention to the standing orders. And we are hopeful. Mr. Speaker is a very learned person. He's an experienced member of Parliament. We are hopeful that when we draw his attention to the fact that the instructions he gave were per curiam, he will exercise his mind to the appropriate orders and do the right thing. We are hopeful. We are hopeful.
Will it be a case of you going in, making your statements and walking out, or you're going to sit through the sitting?
I won't go through our strategy with you, but what we have said is that we do not subscribe to the purported suspension and that we will draw his attention to it. The platform to draw his attention to it is in the chamber. We've already sent him a memo, which is a matter of public record, and we'll draw his attention to it in the chamber when we go in.
We're really very grateful for them too. We're grateful, Honorable. Thank you so very much. And so that is the Honorable Kujopong Nkrumah, who's just giving us the backstory. It's in solidarity with their members who have been suspended by the Speaker on the back of what happened last week during the vetting. His clear word is that he is not going to divulge what their strategy is, and so we can expect that they will go in. But as to whether they will stay throughout, that will be a card they would rather hold up high to their chest. I will do well to speak to another member of the NPP and find out perhaps they may have a different word so. Let me speak to the Honorable Ajimamenu. Honorable, good morning.
My name is not Ajimamenu.
Honorable, please tell me.
Anyimedu Entry. Ajimamenu is no more in Parliament. My name is Anyimedu Entry.
Anyimedu Entry. Yes. I must have mistaken you for Ajimamenu. Honorable, what will be the backstory to this morning's black and red?
Well, some of our members, even the two deputy whips, the two chief whips are suspended, and we don't think that is right. And today we'll talk about it.
Would you have acted differently if it had been just the one suspended and so it would be one on each side?
Well, no, there wouldn't be any change. On our side, 3 members are suspended, inclusive of the chief whip. And on their side, the majority chief whip is suspended. And I don't understand why a parliament can go on when 2 chief whips are suspended. I don't agree with that, but we need to dialogue.
Your not understanding is quite acceptable. However, do you not think that the Speaker in his wisdom may have acted to purge Parliament of such an...
Yes, I don't have any problem with the Speaker. But in so doing, if he had heard, we need to reason with him. So, yes, I appreciate the fact that he would want sanity to be in Parliament. This is not the first time. It has gone on first, second, and this is the third. Even it gave birth. This hooliganism gave birth to the election of the Speaker. So I am glad he's trying to put an end to all those drama. So we need to back him up, but we must do it rightly. That's
Honorable, what happens if you go in and the Speaker sort of turns a blind eye to your petition this morning?
when we get to the bridge, we'll cross the river. We are not there yet. When we get there, and he says, well, then we'll know the next action to take.
Will it be a case of you entering, making a statement, and stepping out?
He's a human being.
No.
You doubt that he will not.
Will it be the case of you making your statement, and when the speakers responded, you walk out, or you stay?
Word parliament.
I do.
Parliament emanates from the word parler, French, speak. So it's a place that we have to dialogue. So we would dialogue with the speaker, and I'm sure we are going to build consensus.
Well, thank you very much, the Honorable Anyimadu. I guess we've had perhaps almost every bit of information we'll require insofar as this red and black cladding is concerned. I would try and speak to the Honorable Stephen Amwa, aka Sticker, and see if he will want to offer a word or two. Good morning, Honorable. Honorable, is that what you anyhow? Honorable, myself, there anyway, a word or two won't be bad. The Honorable Nasa, we want
leadership will talk. Leadership will talk, not me.
I like this musician MP. I like this musician member of parliament. Honorable, you hear me and yeah, you want to say me and some young person. Young person. Yeah, go on, someone's young person. Oh, dear, boy, honorable boy, more than echo. But the one so I need to my ninja, and ten won't be a coming and you. Who know, maybe who read the one who know. Who needs to meet me? What I didn't church him into the church. I am never church him. What you need to me, son, come what to be a coming over. They met my cousin. Go concerning Babra. From Esu Abetri. Yeah, one can say Nana Simua Botre. Wabetre so ne sie enti kwan befa so abro mu bia no saa na abeje no enti se wa na wudi animu na fe so age ukobere ene otuntumi ma me ehwe se ne oda kire bia no ba me ahunu
Emerpam ade bia ye ne merpam
bia enti se minu gina minipa bia enti se minu gina ya no ya afrumu asemo eno ya afrumu asemo and so the Honorable Stephen Amma, whom I tried to speak to earlier, I did whatever I can, pull up all my cards, but they quite wouldn't speak to me. On the other hand, I've had the Honorable Kujo Ponkruma as well as Honorable Anyimadu giving us some backstory or what the story is to why they're in red and black, and it is in solidarity with their fellows who were suspended by the speaker, which they seem to agree in part, and to some extent they disagree with the speaker. This is to get access to the chamber make their statement and leave the rest with the speaker. While we're still here, I will keep you posted, Hannah. Let a pin drop and I'll be out there to you to let the public know about it. As always, my name is Darrell Alan Tego. Thank you very much for coming to us, Hannah.
Now, Alan, I want to ask, we can see that the minority is not happy with the speaker's ruling by suspending 8 members. Now, today, Honorable Judge Kwesi is supposed to make a statement on the floor concerning the Black History Month. What happens to that?
Hannah, that's a very good question there. We all expected the submission by the Honorable Judge Kwesi this afternoon. And as you may have heard from the Honorable Kojo Ponkroma, the House is expected to be seated from midday. And so they have actually arrived here to join the House. And so by all means, that statement on the part of Mr. Jachi, Honorable Jachi Kwesi, will be received. As you can see, the marshals have currently opened the door, and so the minority, I see all of them having taken off the red bands, but are entering in their black clads. And as I mentioned earlier, we'll join them in the chamber and bring you some more details on what their submission will be. At this point, I see every one of them entering without the red bands. The red bands, I guess, may have been compromised at the moment. They've given it off, except that I see one member of parliament trying to, but even him has just taken it off, and I see him trying to fold them into his pocket somehow. I see him trying to fold them into his pocket. So let's see what happens if these will come back out once they gain access to the floor. Whatever they agreed with the marshals before the doors were open, we're unable to say. But yes, they have been allowed to enter. And so by all means, Honorable Judge Kwesi's statement will be delivered on the floor, a Black History Month commemoration with the Ghanaian diaspora who desires to enter or venture into the Ghanaian political terrain. As your question rightly sought to see clarity, it will be delivered. We shall take it. But before that, there seemed to have been a certain agreement or compromise between the minority and the marshals. And so the red bands are off and they've been given access into the chamber. And so they're in there now. Once the media is given access, it shall come your way one more time with whatever the subsequent occurrence will be from the floor of the House.
Very well, and keep monitoring. We will come to you subsequently. We'll take a break.
some individuals and business operators continue to find their way out to smuggle in some products into the country.
This is Agona Yakrum, and behind me is a bridge, of course, on the river Accra, which is one of the major rivers within this area.
We'll be in the Savannah region, we'll go to the northeast region, and we will be telling you a lot more about the people's expectation ahead of election 2024.
Get to know more about Bono and Ahafo regions.
Residents of Kambali and Dobile can now heave a sigh of relief following the construction of these culverts, even during the rainy season. Reporting for Real Time, Salah Abdul Wahab. Wow.
It is also anticipated that within the next 10 years, Okwasi and its enclave will become self-sustaining, self-reliant economically, socially, with or without gold mining activities.
Hello. Try 2.
Yeah, well, okay.
Thank you very much, Hannah, for coming back to us. We are in the chamber at the moment, and we have been joined here by leadership of the NPP who are seated in the public gallery. And quite interesting, but they all seem to be in some red and black. I see the chairman, the uh, general secretary, as well as the national youth organizer Nana B. I will see if I can grab a quick word with any of them and find out what they'll have to tell us. Good afternoon, Honorable. Honorable, you're not normally seen in Parliament. What brings you here this afternoon?
Oh, on behalf of my bosses, the National Chairman, General Secretary, the leadership of the New Patriotic Party, we are here to offer our support, firm support to the mighty minority. Do not forget that recently the Speaker said that he had suspended 3 of our MPs. Respectfully, we are calling on the Speaker to rescind on this decision. So that is the position of the minority. We are here to support them in simple terms. That is all.
Is it that you don't agree with the Speaker's decision, or that you agree except that you want him to rescind?
No. We agree with what the minority is saying. We agree. The minority say that they reject that decision and that they are calling on the Speaker to rescind his decision. And that is what we are here to offer our support to our members of parliament here. That is.
But there are some among your minority who agrees that the Speaker's action is intended to purge Parliament from what we saw somewhere last week. How can you, in that same breath, reject if you seem to agree with the Speaker?
I am not sure, because we have been in a meeting with them, and then all of them is a unanimous support. They think that the punishment is unfair and that the Speaker must rescind. So I don't know who you are speaking about. I don't know who you are talking about. I don't know. But then I know that unanimously, the entire MPP members of parliament are in support of their leadership. And we, the leadership of the New Patriotic Party, Today we are here led by our chairman and then the general secretary. We are also here to support the minority.
Is it that the unfairness is to do with the number from your side, or that you just don't agree with him? Because there seem to be 3 from your end and 1 from the NDC.
If you make reference to the document coming from the leader of the minority, which was sent to the speaker, he made mention of about 4. He pointed 4 issues. First of all, at least the right to fair hearing. I mean, these are people who are members of parliament, and if they are being suspended, they should be heard. They've also mentioned issues of privileges committee, where these matters are supposed to be handled by a privileges committee. They've also cited some constitutional breaches. So that is why we are saying that we support. In fact, Article 1923 talks of fair hearing. So the minority leader pointed these issues out clearly, and then we are in support of all of these issues.
Wonderful. What happens hereafter if your statement is made on the floor, but the speaker decides to stand by his decision?
Oh, let's wait and see. I mean, that is why we are here. You're also here. You are a journalist, so let's wait and see.
Thank you very much, Nana B, for speaking to us. And so that is Henry Nanabuachi, the national organizer for the New Patriotic Party, who is in parliament together with his national chairman as well as the general secretary. And the simple reason for being here is to solidarize with their suspended members. And for him, there are some constitutional inconsistencies in the way in which the speaker has carried out the entire suspension exercise. It has nothing to do with whether there were 3 from their side or there was just the 1 from their side. Insofar as they're concerned, that isn't a fair and a constitutionally allowed exercise or mandate of the speaker. We're still here in Parliament, and as you can see, we have some guests from some schools around who's also here to see what goes on in Parliament. Some school children are here. And so hopefully, because the school children are here, our parliamentarians will consider their presence and do business in a manner that would not be reminiscent of what we saw last week. We are unable to say. They're here to present a petition, and once that is presented, we wait to see what the speaker's action will be thereafter. And so once we know where the speaker stands with that petition, we'll be able to then say whether there's a peace or there's still some raging storm in the distance, soon to hit home. As I mentioned earlier, I am here and will bring you every update as soon as they we can hear some shouts on the floor where some Hajia has, yes, Hajia Ayama has just arrived, and so she's, some will say, collecting all the funds from the minority, and it's bringing some excitement to the chamber. That so far is the situation here in Parliament, and it's getting exciting. Upon the arrival of members, you have some excitement going on here and there, and Hajia has crossed over to the side of the minority, and she's engaging in a tete-a-tete with some of them. Let's see what becomes of this. But as far as we can see, there are only a handful of minority members currently seated. I see the Honorable Kwame Agboja, the Honorable Isaac Adong also seated. Hajia Ayama has joined them. And yes, a few others also hanging out in the doorways, signing the register to enter into the chamber. I'll bring you some more updates as they happen or as they unfold. But as far as today's midday sitting is concerned, the minority clad in black and are keeping the red armbands in their pockets. I guess that will be part of the agreement they had with the marshals before being allowed to enter. They came in black with red armbands, some wrapped around their necks, some round around their arm. And the marshals decided to lock the doors, shut the doors in their face. They won't let them enter because of their chanting of the national anthem as well as party anthems. And that got them waiting there for a bit before they were eventually the leadership had a certain agreement with the marshals, and then they were allowed to enter. They're in the chamber seated, all right, but I see what looked to me more like they only waiting for the speaker to enter, and whatever their tactic had been, it would be rolled out. Indeed, you heard the Honorable Kuchopon Nkrumah saying he is not going to discuss their strategy with the media. And so it gives the impression that there is a certain strategy and they're only waiting upon the arrival of the speaker and him being seated, and then they can or they will go ahead with whatever their strategy is. Chief, as far as we know, is a submission of a statement to the speaker to consider rescinding his decision to suspend the four members of parliament, three being on the side of the minority and one being the chief whip of the majority, the Honorable Roxin Nelson Dafemako, who we're yet to see today in parliament. We haven't seen him, but I have heard someone said they've cited him within the precinct of parliament, and so surely if he is, then I should catch sight of him at some point during the day's sitting. We're also looking forward to receiving a statement, a commemorative statement from the Honorable James Jachi Kwesing, the MP for Asin North, who himself, until very recently, was a diasporan who returned home and got into the Ghanaian political terrain. Obviously, you will recall that his first attempt with the Eighth Parliament was wrought with so much controversy. He had to go to court. He faced the threat of perjury for having falsified or having lied when he is actually a dual citizen and being able to secure a parliamentary seat in Ghana, which is against the law. And eventually they came down to, where that settled a by-election was called. He won that by-election and he is here with the Ninth Parliament. And today he will make a commemorative statement on the Black History Month celebration. And so we're waiting or we're looking forward to hearing him on that. And so I'll bring you more of that when that happens. But for now, Hannah, back to you in the studio.